Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Gray Man Prepping. It is time for Survival Saturday, and tonight's topic is dun, da, 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 after the medicines are gone, what are your plans now? How's everybody doing out there? And looking at the numbers here, it looks right now like we got, interesting. It was sitting there at 14 for a while, went up to 16 and dropped back down almost instantly to 13. I guess the trolls came in and tried to say stuff, but they got to be subscribers to say something. That's why you got to be a subscriber for 5 minutes. Now back up to 15. WD Glock and Roll just came in, so let me get over here and say hello to everybody. All right, so first one in was Walt Rogers, then Troop 1351, Phelan Clan Wolf. CB at Hugo Homestead came in next, followed by Daniel Perry Sports Highlights, Geeky Gardens. Let's see. It's the Marshmallow Man. Hey, Lewis. Then we got Kaylin Strain, Mother Earth Garden Club, Toot by V. Everybody's talking back and forth, and then wrapping it up. The last one in here. Oh, no, the last one wasn't. WD Glock and Roll. It was Prepper 101 just rolled in. All righty. Okay. And it looks like we got two lurkers. Nothing wrong with being a lurker that just haven't commented, but like for everybody, if you're here, lurking's fine. We'll just ask that you at least say, "Hi, I'm lurking." And everyone don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Help me out with YouTube's analytics. All righty. What do we got going on here? And Prepper saying hi to everybody out here. Okay. So this one here is going to be a walk on eggs one, because we've got to be careful not to say something where the AI is going to say, "Oh, you're giving out." Let me get down to it. Medical advice. Oops, and I just realized I forgot that we are not. There we go. I got to change the message. There we go. Save. There we go. Now, that says, "We are not giving any medical advice. Please consult your doctor or pharmacist for medical advice." So, and yes, I spelled the advice both ways, because the first one is giving a statement, and the other one is getting information from. There's one's a pronoun, one's a verb. Okay, and they're spelled differently. So, okay, so now we got some of that out of the way, folks. Yeah, so I will be using occasionally euphemisms to let you show you things that can't do, things like that. But so the parameters of this one is like all the events is, people saying, "Oh, the medicines are going to stop, or we're going to be out of medicines for one reason or another. What are we supposed to do?" All right, see, Diana 2 just came in. Mad Chick Acres came in. He's dinner's done and he's eating it. Okay, and Shady Hill Homestead. Okay, so let's head over. Let's grab this over here, and so we're going to explore possibilities, why, and some of the things you can do. Although some of the things we're doing, which is just anecdotal things you can do. As far as the platform is concerned, we're not telling you to go out and do anything here. So, hint, hint, wink, wink. All righty. So after the medicines are gone, what are your plans? All right, folks. So, wait a minute. Warning. Possible fantasy fear porn Kool-Aid drinking zone ahead. And then again, maybe not. All right, so as always, we're going to start with some ground rules possibilities here. What could be causes for the medicines running out? Well, there are three main categories. First one is man-made on purpose, man-made neglect, and nature caused. So as always with man-made on purpose, there are several things that could cause this. Everything from the favorite of the big T, you know, people acting bad and causing trouble, and causing problems with the production of said items. And everybody remember to hydrate. It could be fake shortages where unscrupulous businessmen are going, we're gonna generate a shortage by not putting everything out on the market so we can drive prices up. Well, there's that possibility too. And then there's legislatures taking action and finally, reining certain companies under control, and then they're reacting back to it. There are man-made problems by neglect. People so interested in the bottom line that they're not spending what they need to on keeping the production facilities running, making sure that the ingredients they're getting are pure enough to be quote food safe levels, and therefore also there's problems on the production side that are caused by neglect on preventive maintenance and making sure they're getting proper materials, so whatever to make the medicines. And then there's nature costs, of course, hurricanes, typhoons, earthquakes, wildfires, all the other things that which could cause the problems in the production. Now, for most of these here we've mentioned so far, the running out is going to would be a short-term problem, where things after any problems with production gets handled. I can't think of the fancy word I wanted to say, but it gets handled and production comes back online. The greedy SOGs make okay, yeah, we can start releasing stuff again, and of course at a higher rate. And damage caused by nature has been corrected. Factories rebuilt, processing plants done, distribution lines put back in place. So medicines aren't moving again. Those are some of the problems that have been, how they can be corrected. Now, with this, got to be careful here because I'm getting to an area if I say the wrong thing, the AI is going to think I'm making medical suggestions, and I'm not. I'm just hypothesizing hypothetical situations. Got to get the right wording out here. So, did I say hello to Kaylin Strain? Yeah, Kaylin Strain's here. Yeah. Okay. Some of the things that you could possibly do, let me move on to the next one, for mitigating its effect on you. Unfortunately, you can't mitigate everything, but you can mitigate some of them. I'm going to give you an example of what we did at Homeland Security. When we were worried about certain things being released via the mail and other things, some powdery substances being put out there that are deadly and poisonous, we started putting in place points of distribution for medications that the government, the Homeland Security owned. And we started stocking up on stuff. And unfortunately, some overzealous legislatures put into place certain rules and regulations that everything has to have an expiration date, including sea salt has to have, even though it's billions of years old, it has to have an expiration date here really short, really quick. So certain of the medications which were in powder form or solid tablet form had expiration dates on them, and the expense of restocking all these for not just Homeland Security and its 21 sub-agencies, but the military is facing the same thing at this exact same time. And so we partnered with the Army, and we had everything tested. And it turns out that the medications that had an expiration date on it that were it turned out to be arbitrarily placed on there were actually as good as by volume or better than the day they were manufactured. And the only reason they become better than is the filler product had degraded away, leaving more pure of the actual medication. So what we found out and doing more testing, it was determined that a new expiration date had to be placed on this medication, which was actually still 100% still viable, and we doubled out the time frame on it because we realized after all the tests and stuff were done that hey, it's not going to go bad. Now, that said, there are certain ones such as like aspirin, which does totally degrade on its own to the point where it becomes toxic and you can't use it. But some of these other ones, I'm not sure I want to name names on it, but it's a antibiotic type one. Turns out that we still put an expiration date on it, which actually which we documented as actually being, even though it says expiration on it, it's actually a retest by date. So, and actually that passed up last year, and they tested again, and guess what? They extended it another 10 years because it's still just as good. All right, so that's saying you still should follow your own, the expiration dates on your own stuff and talk to your pharmacist about it, whether or not it's still good. Go to the professionals to get the professional opinion on it. Yeah. So with that, Kaylin says, okay, yeah. And here's one of the other problems, here's a shortage. Why did this, it was, yeah, so that's some of the problems there. So one of the things for mitigation of the problem for you pros that you can do to help mitigate the problem for you on certain of these things is the live streams I had a couple of years back with Doc Bodes and Nurse Amy. They addressed the stuff specifically, and there was no action taken because they were the doctors that were listed as credible on it, so they didn't do anything on it because there was doctors giving this advice, not me. And the doctors were saying, you can, certain things you can order and just stock up on and keep it on hand, such as fish mocks and a few of the other things. That's what the doctors were saying. But if you want to stock something like that, check with your pharmacist, see what they say as far as time frames and which particular brands out there are supposedly better than others over longevity, and start and see about getting them to, if it's prescription only, get prescriptions for it, or you have them recommend to your doctor to get prescriptions for it so you can have it on hand in your medicine cabinets for emergencies when you don't have an opportunity to be able to get in to get stuff, or if there has been, we've entered SHTF Twaki situation. Check your veterinarian. Yeah, if you have horses or cows, yeah, check with your veterinarian, or fish. Yeah, fish. Yeah, if you have a big aquarium and fish tank, check with your veterinarian about getting stuff for them too. All right. One of the things, yoo-hoo, woo-hoo-hoo, yay. All right, Sandy. So one of the things you can look into here, I'm trying to not to say the wrong thing here, folks. So you can get with your doctor about getting, see if you get extra amounts on your prescriptions, not extra amount as in the number of doses, not the strength of doses. And you can also check with your doctors to say, with all the disasters and natural disasters and emergencies coming up, is there any way I can get an extra 30 days or an extra whole prescription cycle? And that way, if something happens and there's a problem, supply chain or whatever else, I have them on hand, and then I get till they get it back in and I get the regular prescription filled, and it's first in, first out on what I have in my medicine cabinet. If you have a cool doctor, he'll understand completely, and unless and they should be able to give you that extra blanket of security for your stockpile. And Glenn's here. How to garden? Yeah, Glenn. I can't repeat that, Glenn, but yeah, that is one thing. All right, let me pull something else up here real quick. Let me go back to here because I got to pull something up on the other side here. And boom. Okay, so Control C. Okay, and that is, I need to put this in here. I'm going to put a link in to Monday's, this past Monday's live stream, where we were talking about making tinctures and infusions and teas and stuff like that. And there's the link to that. So if you weren't around on Monday for on Camp Patton Family Compound for the Monday Night Fireside Chat with Tammy and Mark, there's the link to it. A lot of good information in there. And yes, we were tap dancing around on that one as well. Yeah. Yeah, there are some platforms, Glenn, that allow you to come out and say that, but unfortunately, this platform does not want you saying anything that might possibly disagree with the WHO, and they say so. They say so fanatically in their community guidelines. You can't disagree with the WHO. So I'm not disagreeing with the WHO. I'm not agreeing with it. I'm just telling you to talk to your own doctors and pharmacists and see about getting their advice and finding out what they can do for you. All right, so let me go and get that back down. So I'm done with that one. So I can drop that down. Now I got that link out there. So I'm going to go ahead and pin this comment here from with Monday night's link on it. Hey, Vanessa Kitty, how's it going? So you. Excellent, excellent. You got a good doctor or pharmacist or both. Now, one of the things we did talk about on Monday when I showed up the things off of, you go to Amazon, and on Amazon, you can also just go regular book for local books, but Amazon seems to be a nice, easy way to get these things. You can put in infusions and tinctures books, and you'll get a list of all the ones of it. And there are some of them, the ones called you get regular herbology books and stuff, talk about that stuff. So if you get those books, do your full reading and then talk to your doctor about it, and or pharmacist. And that way you can get them to, to help you out in that. Yeah. Now, one of the interesting things I have seen was several doctors talking on Reels over on Facebook and explain. And well, the one was put out just plain bluntly put it out here. And this is a doctor. This is not my personal opinions or beliefs. I'm just reporting what the doctor said. The doctor said no pharmaceutical company has ever cured an illness. They cure symptoms, and they give you medications to cure symptoms. That a lot of times those medications have other side effect symptoms. So talk to your doctor about that and find out what your doctor thinks about that. But a lot of them were saying they were never taught this stuff in medical school, that the best medicine for people is diet. Stop eating stuff that is making you sick. And so once again, talk to your doctor about that, see what they think about it. Yeah, I understand. I'm not on medication yet, but I've been starting to get the side effect, the symptoms of possible type 2, and so I've been changing my diet, and those symptoms are going away. I've gone over to. I'm trying to do a modified carnivore with very, very few carb intakes, because my body right now likes to turn carbs into sugars instantly. And I can feel it in my body as soon as it does. Oh, that's not good, Vanessa Kitty. Oh, anyways, with this stuff here on it, try, talk seriously to your doctor. And if where was it? Someone said they have a 6 month shelf life on themselves. Yeah, Vanessa Kitty. So if talk to your doctor and say, hey, if there's a problem, I don't want them to be stuck, because during the pandemic, there were times when some people weren't able to get their stuff for several months because the supply chain was malfunctioning. So talk to them and see about if there's any way you can get a extra prescription buffer thing on it to protect you in case there's a problem. So you're bound by insurance company costs then, I see. Now, I have seen several pharmacies advertising that they are not connected with I forget the pharmaceutical manager title of the ones from the insurance companies, who basically randomly set the price for the drugs and stuff. So these quote freelance pharmacies are getting the stuff to people at a tenth the cost or less of what is paid for on insurance stuff. Yeah, keeping the extras as backup is probably a good idea. Double check with your doctor on that one. Yeah. Unfortunately, with the food system we have today with the highly processed and refined and poisoned food by pesticides and herbicides and stuff like that, there are more. I'm trying to remember what they said. I wish I could remember what the Secretary of Health and Human Services said on specifically this quote, but basically, the food chain is causing a lot of these illnesses because 90 years ago, we didn't have these illnesses, and 90 years ago, the food wasn't processed and tainted like it is nowadays. There are two companies I know that legally and legitimately get meds here. You know, at least one of these can choose you a year's. If you want to type out that company's name in there, that's fine because it's a legitimate company, and anybody who wants to use that company, I'm just saying they should talk to their doctor about using that company or to their pharmacist or whatever. Yeah, Mark, you got that right. Yeah, I can't put all the comments up I want to put up because then they may say I'm endorsing comments, which I'm not endorsing any comments because they say I can't. But we all know the truth. Okay. Now, I'm not recommend that anybody else do this. Let me bring this up here. I have been picking up and adding to my supply of certain things. Okay, where to go? Get rid of that one. It's got a whole bunch of emails coming in on it. Okay. Here. See if I can find it over here. So I'm looking up I want to get the correct name on this one here. Where'd it go? Where'd the email go? Because I get the emails all the time. And since I have there it is. And this was, this came out today. This was an email I got today, so I'm going to share it here with you. And so this is the company here. And so let me see if I can highlight this portion here and drop it down in there. And so, yeah, they got a 15% sale on some of the stuff right now. So, yeah, you can check them out. I got several bottles for my my cabinet that I keep stuff in. So I'm not recommending anybody. I'm just letting everybody know that this is out here. You can check your own doctor about getting stuff from them. Doc Bones and Nurse Amy said that this was a reliable company. So I checked with them before I went and got stuff from them. If it's powdered, the powders seem to and solids seem to not degrade for the most part, according to the test done by Homeland Security and the U.S. Army, like liquids do. Yeah. And Utah Mike's here. Yeah. All right. Let's get back to this one here. There we go. The recovery on this is hard for us because we don't have manufacturing facilities. We have to rely on big pharma to get stuff going again and providing medications at a healthy profit to those of us that need medications. But there are plenty of testimonials out there from people who say that they have gotten over certain things, or there are certain afflictions have disappeared by changing their diet. Not immediately, because it takes us a while to get sick and it takes us a while to get better. But yeah, so. Yeah. All right. Okay, I'm just reading some of the comments in the chat. Yeah. All righty. So yeah, recovery is a problem. Although some people out there will tell you, I'm not recommending this, is see about changing diet. And sometimes they found that their diet change has helped the body naturally fix itself. That's an anecdotal. I am not, I'm trying not to get this video taken down. So yeah, you got to, check with your doctor about it. And like Dr. Paula said, if you can find a doctor that is a MD that is leaning towards holistic approach now that they know more than what they were taught in medical school, you're so much the better off. Mm. Yeah, I watch. I've stopped letting my grandsons eat cereal over here. Totally stopped. And because the last couple times they had it, even though I gave them the gummies that are supposed to block the what the folic acid does to little kids, as far as driving them up the wall and putting on like Tasmanian devils on sugar. When they're eating just bacon and eggs, oh, they're so much better off. Yeah. But yeah, the for all of my grandkids, they especially Eli, who has autism, when he eats oats, he has a uncontrollable rage reaction. Part of it has to do with the that chemical from Monsanto that's sprayed on the oats during the time it's growing and right when they harvest it too, which is utterly stupid. But yeah, and so yeah, we're trying to get him off of that onto some other stuff. But with his autism, which is caused by that stuff, to get him to like and eat foods that are actually healthy for him is really kind of hard, because basically his body is craving some of the crap that's poisoning him, and that's what the doctor said. So that's diagnosed from the doctor on him. I'm not saying that his doctor is saying that. I'm trying to remember who it was. Was it Old Ways Prepping and Gardening was talking about it, that she changed she had tingling and numbness in her feet so bad she could hardly stand up. I think it was her. If it wasn't her, it was one of the other channels that was following Why Family Farm and I. And after about 9 months, suddenly she realized she could feel everything with her feet again, and she wasn't having to use the walker in the shower to remain standing up while she showered. Yeah. 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 Anecdotal thing here. It's not. I'm not saying for anybody to try this or do this. I'm just saying what happened to work with my wife. She was saying she had to cut salt out because she was retaining too much water, and I got her to take a different type of salt when she had a migraine. And in 15 minutes, when she took a certain amount of salt and the proper flow to the brain, then because you need salt for the electromagnetic circuit of the body to work, her migraine went away. Just saying that's what happened with her. I am not recommending that anybody try that. Check with your doctor first. Yeah, I agree, Glenn, 100%. Unfortunately, they're putting out, they spend so much money, they spend millions on spin propaganda and paying off doctors to lie to us about the safety of some of these chemicals, which we shouldn't have in our food system at all. So that is, it's just like, it's, they spend millions on propaganda so they make billions off of us. Yeah, it was surprising me, and I found that out from another doctor who recommended trying that, and told her, and yeah. Holy crap! Why would they have a pallet of red dye number 2 up at a radar station in Alaska? Exactly, CB. That's what the doctor was saying. And when if you take too much salt out of the diet, you don't have enough to make proper electrolytes for your body to function. Uh, yeah. And now migraines are, oh yeah, migraines are a thing, and we got just the pill for it. That's what the ads are saying. Yeah. Oh, that sucks. And the problem thing is, so for that, for doing water trace underground, there are natural dyes and stuff from beets and stuff that work just fine. Granted, it costs a little bit more to do it, but it's biodegradable and it goes away after a while. All right. Anything else here? Yeah. So one of the things you get worried is that when you see the shelves looking like this and that, and then all of a sudden the shelves are empty, yeah, time to get worried. Yeah, I have loved mashed potatoes since I was a little kid. I just absolutely loved it. And I've been off potatoes of any kind for oh, about 6, 8, 6, 8 months. And the other night, I made up a little bowl of instant mashed potatoes. Oh man, my feet were hurting within an hour. Yeah, so yeah, I gotta cut some more things out too. But my body really loves it when I eat the pot roast. Just the pot roast by itself. No onions. I mean, no big chunks of it, but no carrots, no potatoes. Just meatloaf with some seasonings on it. Meatloaf, pot roast. Yeah, that's the problem too. Is the powers that be know what a what is really good for us, and they're why do you think Bill Gates is buying up all the farms and ranches? He's trying to get healthy food priced out of our ability to buy it. You are so right, CB. Yeah, Vanessa, I got this is a half gallon here. I filled it this morning. I filled it again after my live with Shadow Scout Sweet. I got a quart, so 60. So I got a 20-ounce flask in next to my computer in the living room there, where I work on my books. And then I have I got one almost the same size as this one next to my bed, which I keep full every night. But yeah, I've probably had I killed off the one next to the computer in between the live streams. So I'm probably probably have had a gallon of water so far today. Plus, I have the countertop water filter thing that I've been every time I go by, I got a little 8-ounce um, stainless steel cup there. I fill up. Throw history at them. FDR said during World War II and prior to the Depression stuff, every family needs to have several chickens. My nephew says the same thing. And I told him he doesn't need it. He doesn't need it to live. And he goes, "Yeah, I don't need coffee to live, but you need me to have coffee for you to live." And he's in Texas. And yeah, you're gonna have to come up here with your camping trailer if you want to, enforce that. Oh, all right. What else? I think I think we've pretty much talked about um, the main topic tonight. Is there something else you guys want to talk about? Looks like chickens are coming. Chickens and rabbits are coming to the front in the side chat. So let me go ahead and just drop this in here for anybody else that wants to. Any of you guys want to, or gals want to come up here? There's the link to come on up, and we just talk about stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this behind me here, signaling that I'm done with that. Oh, yeah. The Apocryphy Station. Yeah. Ooh, herbs. Chicken math. Hey, chicken math does not hold a candle to rabbit math. Oh, it's jumping here. Let me see. I'd like to raise Not too sure about ducks. I know my wife was thinking about doing chickens and turkeys, possibly rabbits, possibly goats. I'm planting borage, basil, lemongrass, lemon balm, several different types of. My wife has the thyme, the rosemary, the sage, and stuff growing down where she's at. So when she comes up here, she may split some of her pots down there and bring some up here. I'll just have to bring it indoors, either into the house or into the shop during the wintertime so it doesn't freeze. Yeah, that is one thing that my son-in-law will do. He will dispatch the rabbits, the chickens, the ducks, the turkeys, the geese. Yeah, I know. I talk about my grandkids. All right, so tell me about your bunnies. Potatoes poking out today. I have still yet to get mint from seed to grow. I want to get, if I can get mint from seed to grow, then I can propagate it. I'm afraid if I buy the mint from the store in the little 6-pack, it's not going to be viable for propagating. I have a feeling it's not going to send out viable seed. So I got to find. I got to check with the nursery up here, see if they have any locally harvested mint seed, so I can get some mint growing out here. Yeah. Yeah, my pumpkins in the house here. I noticed in between live streams that they're starting to get ready to blossom there. It's like, ugh. Some people say mint is a weed. Others of us like it. It never was much of a weed in my mom's garden. It stayed in its own little thing, but it also keeps away certain pests away from the house and stuff. So we want to plant it, the lemongrass, the lemon balm, and some other things around the house, between the walkway and the house, so it'll keep the pests from trying to climb into the house. Yeah, Mark, and I know lemon balm's a weed by you that you got to run over with your lawnmower. Oh, all right. Kaylin's mint succumbed entirely in 2 years ago, so get rid of that. Drop that down. Grandkids left the door open yesterday, and some flies came in. Yeah. I actually got some lemon balm seeds, and they're actually got lemon balm growing. So I got to transfer them from the little tray of dirt I have sprinkled on start separating and putting them in the little pots so they can actually start growing up. So I go out there and put lemon balm plugs in the one area. Yeah, I bet the apothecary, yeah, can't even pronounce it, channels get videos pulled down all the time. You're giving medical advice. But let's see. Let me bring something up here. The home I grew up in had asparagus and rhubarb in several areas. It's like they are no longer growing there. So, yeah. And I froze. APOTH. Okay, folks. Just for educational purposes or edificational purposes only, search apothecary books. Yes. This one here has 401 easy step-by-step herbal remedies. This one here says 600 secret herbal remedies, 600 plus, 250. So yeah, you can, oh, this one has 1,200. So anyways, possible books for your reading pleasure and entertainment. Yeah, Courtney the Wide Family Farm planted some 2 springs ago, so in 2023 spring, and hers are going fine. Peterson's books are popular. Yeah. All right. So there's apocryphy books. There's also tinctures, and I don't want to bring and so tinctures and infusions. So there's, okay, hang on. I gotta put a books. Started showing devices, but yeah, you got there are all sorts of cool ones on here. Oh, a couple of books here on limited time deals. So, hey, Moon over Miami. All right, with that, let's bring up what's coming up here for the next week here. All right, so let me hide this here. So today is gone, so I can hide that. All right, so Monday on Camp Patton Family Compound, best vegetables for canning. And then plant them now, or do you got to wait a little while? So that's what we'll be talking about on Monday. Tuesday here on Gray Man Prepping for Tactical Tuesday, skill training. Train until you can't do it wrong. In other words, you're doing it right all the time. Thursday's the Midnight Ride. Friday on Camp Patton Family Compound, what livestock is best for you? And livestock includes everything from birds, fowls, chickens, ducks, geese, rabbits, goats, horses, cows, sheep, whatever. If it's on the farm and it lives and you feed it, it's livestock. So next Saturday, for the event next Saturday is After the Rule of Law is Gone. What are your plans? So, hey, Sumi. Yeah, that's one of the things my wife wants to try making peppermint tea and spearmint teas, and try to make a one of the a calming little tea drink. She's found some recipes for, maybe to calm down the those 4 walking nuclear piles called grandsons. The rule of law has not left. The rule of justice may have left, but so long as you have people out there to arrest you, the rule of law is still around. It may be corrupted, twisted, and distorted, but unfortunately, it's still here. Or fortunately, it's still here, just that it's been corrupted. We need to get it uncorrupted and get it back to normal. But we're talking in a Tawaki situation where total collapse is, and there's nobody with a badge walking around trying to enforce stuff. Yeah, my number 3 grandson right now is so wired at night. My daughter's been giving him a children's, I don't know how to say, melatonin, whatever it is that begins with an M that makes you sleepy. Gives him a gummy 15 minutes before he goes to bed, and then he's out. When he spends the night, he doesn't bring it over with him. Yeah, it's like, oh crap. Well, I got to run back across the street and get yourself the stuff here. So let's see. Lemon balm lemonade. Yeah. Problem is, he'd probably be up past midnight still running before he fell asleep, and then be back up again at 6 o'clock in the morning. Are we talking grandkid rule of law or societal rule of law? I hadn't thought of the grandkid rule of law. Grandkid rule of law. Grandma and grandpa have to buy me stuff that mom and dad say no. Yeah, melatonin. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, they're coming out with information on it, and some of it's not good. There's one study that said one study is saying that perhaps it's really bad for boys because it makes certain parts of the body go. They go. Yeah. All right, everyone. Thanks for coming by. I'm going to wrap this up here. And we're going to try to have a good evening here and see. Hang on, let me get rid of that. Take a quick look. See what my weather looks like for tomorrow. Refresh. Sunday, 20 to 50% chance of rain in the daytime tomorrow. A slight chance of showers before noon. Then a slight chance before noon. Then a chance after 2 p.m. and getting up to 50% chance of precipitation. Overnight, it's 70% chance of precipitation. Monday is 70% chance of precipitation in the morning, dropping off to 30% in the afternoon. Then Tuesday's clear. Then Tuesday night it's raining again. It keeps raining. I ain't gonna be able to get out there and rototill the garden plot for my daughter. All right, everyone. Stay happy, stay safe, keep adding to your preps. Water is your #1 failure point. And add to your skills. And we'll see you Monday on Camp Patton Family Compound. Take care, everyone.